What? Damn it. Yeah. There. Okay. Houston, we do appear to have liftoff. Maybe. Hopefully. I should have mentioned this is the big climactic finale in the thing. Oh well, whatever. Nobody wants to watch me do Mass Effect anyways. It's all good. I understand. I get it. I get it. Bionic Seahorse. I get it.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I always eat like Cookie Monster. What, are you kidding me?
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Did I do this conversation?
Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I've been thinking about Saren. I actually feel a little sorry for him now.
He's become a slave to the Reapers, and he can't even see it.
He is trapped inside his own mind. Part of him senses
Yes,
his
Taitu, I
identity
have.
slowly being swallowed up by Sovereign, but he is powerless to stop it. I wonder how he first fell into Sovereign's trap. Did he think he could somehow stop the Reapers from returning? Or was he simply driven by a lust for power and glory?
As you might imagine, I've already given my thoughts on Saren and his start of this thing, so...
Whatever Saren's reasons may have been, they're long gone now. He has to be stopped.
Yes, I suppose you're right. He may be Sovereign's victim, but he is also a threat to all life as we know it. Let's not spend every free minute talking about Saren. It is bad enough we are chasing him across the galaxy.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Personally, and I know I'm actually in the minority in this, I tend to feel like the graphics of Mass Effect have aged quite well without the addition of mods. Just my opinion on it, obviously. This is speaking as someone who tends to use high-def mods on Oblivion and Fallout 3, which are actually more recent games than this. Damn it, hang on, something's in the way. Needs to not be in the way. There. There we go. Yeah, this is the someone just died theme, whether it is Ashley or Kaiden.
Commander, I wanted to thank you.
What for, Garrus?
For everything. Taking me with you, letting me be part of your team. I've learned a lot. I've thought about what you said, about eliminating...
Okay, I know I've seen this conversation before.
of the cause. You were right about Dr. Salient, too. Killing him was the only solution. This way, we'll know we'll never hurt anyone again.
I'm glad you see it that way.
Don't worry, Commander. I will.
Neither is us. Shoutouts.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves.
Not yet.
Anyway.
Okay. We've already talked about Kaiden, so...
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Vulcan, it shows as new on mine. It shows as Mass Effect on mine. Yeah, it shows I'm playing the Mass Effect. Mass Effect Part 6.
Commander, things got heated back on Vermeer. You did what you had to do. I respect your choice.
I appreciate what you did, Rex. I won't forget it.
Just make sure it was worth it.
Oh, I will.
Saren has to pay for what he's done.
No matter what it takes, I'm gonna hunt him down and kill him.
I like the sound of that.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard.
It was an honor working with you, Commander Shepard. Despite the losses, our mission was a success. Lieutenant Alenko's actions will not go unnoticed. His sacrifice has earned humanity a great deal of respect from my people.
I don't want your respect.
Caden was a fine officer. He knew what the risks were, but he did what he had to.
Of course, the grim reality that every soldier must accept. Rest assured, Commander, my men and I will not forget what you have accomplished here. We will leave your
The Dalatrus will, of course.
destination. Perhaps we will have the opportunity to work together again someday.
Hey, Shepard. You need something?
Oh, I guess we're done with her. Sorry.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay. We're gonna make one trip to our good friends, the Terrible People. I wonder if anybody knows who I'm talking about when I say the Terrible People. We just suddenly lose sound effects for no reason. Let's see what Joker has to say about this.
Commander, I know it couldn't have been easy for you down there. Making the call between Alenko and Williams must have been... I'm sorry, ma'am. I just don't know if I could have done it.
There is no right choice for something like that. I just hope I never have to go through it again.
No, I'm not blaming you, Commander. I'm just... I mean, it's hard, you know?
Saren's still out there, Joker. Hold it together. We need you.
Don't worry, I won't let you down. I want to be there when you make that son of a bitch pay.
You will be, actually. In more ways than one. I actually already talked about that yesterday, Kay, but I do have to respect them for forcing a choice in this one, based on the way they actually pulled it out.
Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
It was actually a rather controversial decision, I guess is probably the best way to put it, because it would have been easy to go with the original design, which I talked about last night, which I guess Taitu just is talking about here. Hang on, let me read what he said real quick. Oh, yeah, he's mentioning what I just mentioned. Yeah. Originally, for those of you who
Forwarded
didn't...
the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udina wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his gap.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know, I've already talked about it. I got nothing else to add. I really don't. I'd just be repeating myself.
Good job, Shepard. Thanks to you, the Council's finally taking real action against Saren.
I hate
The
you.
ambassador is correct. If Saren is foolish enough to attack the Citadel, as you believe, we will be ready for her.
No, you won't.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems.
How many ships are you sending to attack Ilos?
Ilos is only accessible to the Mule Relay, deep inside the Terminus systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there,
Politics.
the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat. This is over.
No, I want to say is, you're all idiots! But of course that's not an option. So we'll be polite because I don't want Shepard to rant like a moron, just like she does sometimes during the council, so we'll be politic.
One ship going into the Terminus systems won't start a war. I can be discreet.
You detonated a nuclear device on Vermeer. I wouldn't call that discreet.
Your style served you well in the Traverse, Commander. We recognize that. But Ilos requires a deft touch. We have the situation under control.
You know, should I bother pointing out that I've actually been very subtle and circumspect for the most part, and still gotten a lot of things done? Just pointing that out.
If Saren finds the conduit, we're all screwed. We have to go to Ilos.
Ambassador Udina, I get the sense Commander Shepard isn't willing to let this go.
There are serious political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now you're becoming more trouble than you're worth.
Politics!
You're selling us out!
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest on this one.
Nobody stabs me in the back, Udina. Nobody.
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This no longer concerns you. The Council can handle this, with my help, of course.
I'll answer you in a second, Taitu.
Commander. Shepard. I cannot believe they did this to you.
I can.
I'm so sorry.
I can completely believe they would do this. In fact, I'll be honest, one of the only things I don't like about Mass Effect 1 is they tend to make Shepard out, no matter which dialogue option you pick, as a bit of an idiot. Like she or he should figure out some of the stuff that's happening, especially with the way that they're being portrayed as a fairly intelligent person. And they're consistently like not getting it. I would have seen this coming a mile away. And I did. But whatever, we're getting off the point. Censor Taitu. I talked about this a bit earlier when I was talking about Udina as a character, pretty much when I started the stream. Feel free to go back and rewatch it. Like, view, subscribe. I think that's what people say. But suffice it to say that Udina, while I still hate the guy, is literally just playing at politics. He is exactly what the Alliance both wants and needs within the political arena of Citadel space right now. So it actually makes absolutely no surprise to me whatsoever that Udina, like, even if we did choose Anderson and then Anderson was replaced by Mass Effect 2 with Udina, put bluntly, that wouldn't actually surprise me because Anderson isn't a politician. He is a leader, and there is a difference. And based on the way things evolved within the Mass Effect setting, it is not surprising me that Udina was able to worm his way back up to that position because Udina is a politician.
It's not your fault.
It's not right. You did everything they asked and more. Nobody else could have done what you did. The Council owes you everything, everything. Instead, they strip you of your command and ground the Normandy.
I don't care if they ground me, but they refuse to go after Sam.
Very unlikely,
They won't
Nero
stop them
says.
From finding the conduit, we're all dead.
Perhaps we could appeal and get them to reverse their decision.
I pushed them as hard as I could. They wouldn't budge.
So you're going to walk away? You will just give up and doom the entire galaxy to extinction?
Damn right! Screw it! No, of course not.
We lost the battle, not the war. I'll figure something out.
I believe in you, Shepard. I am with you every step of the way.
Wait, is this that scene? I think it is. Those neck issues are so distracting sometimes.
Sorry to interrupt, Commander. Got a message from Captain Anderson.
I'm gonna go ahead and call Joker out on this one.
Are you spying on us, Joker?
No, ma'am. Just knew you were on the ship and figured I'd pass the message on. The captain said to meet him at Flux, that club down in the wards.
You should probably go meet with him.
Okay, let's bring Liara! And Tully.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Let me out! Let me out!
Logged. Commanding officer is
Okay.
ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
And now to say all sorts of incriminating things about Chatterbox while he can't see me.
After years of poor economic performance, Exogeny has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit.
Sweet.
New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for Exogeny.
That's great.
Exogeny's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
I'm so happy for Exogeny. I hope they prosper long, just as long as their agent that I shot in the face did. Is this the one? No. Admiral Kahoku. Citadel Tower. Okay, Citadel Tower. Embassy Lounge. Citadel Tower, Embassy Lounge. I think that's it. Citadel Tower, Embassy Lounge. Citadel Tower, Embassy Lounge. Citadel Tower, Embassy Lounge. Citadel Tower, Embassy Lounge. Where am I going again? I've already forgotten.
Commander Shepard?
You're the one I'm gonna punch.
Khaleesa been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
No.
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Why is this the moment at which you can punch her? That makes no sense. You've been given an advanced warship. That's what you get for asking me about this at my ship. How dare you?
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public?
Okay, she's starting to get there.
It was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I command the Normandy, ma'am.
Miss Al-Jalani, I wear the Alliance uniform, and if you think anyone other than me says where the Normandy can go, you're sadly mistaken.
No offense intended, Commander. I'm sure you have to follow the orders of your superiors. Of course, now your superiors are aliens. Speaking of your new job, did the Council order you to sabotage human research concern on Noveria?
Now she's starting to irritate me.
I made that call to save myself, my crew, and the inhabitants of Noveria, and I'd do it again.
It's gratifying to see someone who'll make tough choices to protect the lives of humans. Given your recent experiences, do you think humanity will ever get the respect it deserves?
That's the third time I've had the option to just punch her. I keep waiting for something that really... I know there's like one question she asks, and I feel like you have to guide the interview in a certain way to get to the point where she actually asks the question that pisses me off. She hasn't asked it yet.
Respect's a funny thing. People always assume they deserve it. The truth is, respect is earned. And I firmly believe we can earn it.
You're an idealist, Commander, but a sincere one. I hope you're right. One last question, Commander.
Come on, be the one.
Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Why can I punch her there? Why is that a punch-worthy? Do you have an advanced warship? Are you going after someone named Saren?
I'm afraid I can't comment on whatever my current assignment may or may not be.
Don't worry, we'll find out. The eyes of Earth are on you. Don't let us down. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
So, fun fact. If you do punch her, you get the option to punch her in Mass Effect 2, and then she, like, retaliates, and she can punch you back, but then you get another interrupt to punch her back and basically counter. And, yeah. But obviously we didn't punch her, because she didn't piss me off enough. Damn it. Oh well, I failed. Sigh. Where am I going? However, if you guys want, I will load my previous save and go punch her. Was it in 3? I don't remember.
No, I'm Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
And then they do the walking away animation. Okay. I think this is the save, so we're gonna have to make a new save here. There we go. Go ahead and vote. I've already got a save ready to go. We'll have to skip a few cutscenes to get there, but we can do it. Yeah, in Mass Effect 2, you have the most wonderfully amazing scene shutting her down. Hopefully that will turn out appropriately. Where am I going? I did that. I need to go to embassies. Thank you for the guide. Wait, am I going the wrong way?
I can't believe I landed a job here.
Okay, yeah, I'm going the right way. Where am I supposed to go? Wait, I just went in the wrong door. Damn it!
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on the cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers.
Agreed,
There were
Taito.
no reported survivors.
You want me to hunt down the people who killed her?
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Why didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
Do you want me to deliver the ransom?
I've already transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
Keep your reward. I'll bring your sister back. I promise.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right woman for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
Now, ironically, I'm not sure I am physically capable of doing this, not only because I'm grounded, but as soon as I unground myself, I can't come back to the Citadel to tell her that her sister's fine, so... whoops. Whatever. We'll see if we can figure this out. Okay, so I did that, and we're still grounded, so I kind of have to go there, so... I want to go to... Flux. Whoops, where's this? Let's look at this pole. Let's pull the pole up here. Punch her! Any votes for having punch will count as a vote for punching her, by the way. For reference. The hell? Really? Oh, he's fine. No reason to get upset about this. Yeah, I don't think I can either, Pencil. I like how we could just then go about our business like nothing happened. But let's go ahead and ask him.
Yeah, what is it? Seems the owner didn't like the way you played their games.
Doran didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
But you were cheating, were you not?
I was just tipping the scales in my favor, only as an experiment.
Still sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results. Recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
Ah, now you're getting to the heart of it. I've spent the last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the Quasar. I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others. I just need a few more wins recorded.
I love that. That's hilarious. That's right up there with, you know, it's not illegal to have possession, just to sell or whatever. Yeah, no, screw off, boy.
I think I'll take my chances the old-fashioned way.
Suit yourself. Well, I have some calculations to do. Goodbye.
Good. Enjoy your calculations. Let me help you with them. Let's see. Let's see if I can get between his horns. I bet you I can. Ahem.
Strange metal creatures with real AI. Yes, but there's more. Yeah, there always is. I heard they had some connection with a rogue Spectre.
Not this again.
Why is that so hard to believe?
Whatever you say. Just don't expect us to believe.
Hear that, guys? There's a rumor about a rogue Spectre who has true AI and Geth. I mean, that's just crazy, though. Okay, let's save over this. Let's double check the votes. Alright, so we have 15 votes for punching the crap out of her, 7 votes for not punching the crap out of her. My hands are tied. Because RPG actually stands for Real People Give You Quests.
I forwarded the mission update to the city ambassador. Yes, ma'am.
So this is how you speedrun this game, because you can skip virtually every cutscene with some appropriate mouse positioning. I know, okay. Although if you think about it, it does make sense.
The ambassador is correct.
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice.
Shut up, Odina. Thank you. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it, Roscar? We hear you have a Geth working for you. Well, I kind of do. And you have something that was actually built with Reaper Tech working for you. Yeah, I kind of have that too.
I cannot believe they did this to you. I am so sorry.
Come on.
So...
Long neck. Every time I see that cutscene, I just notice how long her neck is. It's kind of terrifying.
Sorry to interrupt, Commander. Got a message from Captain Anderson.
Ham.
What did he...
Alright, let's go punch. Actually, let's bring Rex and Garrus for the punching.
Equalizing interior pressure
Come on, guys.
with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo
Alright,
Presley has
I've got
the
my
deck.
punching gun ready. We're ready to punch her. Time to punch the hell out of some star. Bah! Oh, right, sorry. I would totally love if you could punch her with the sniper rifle instead.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Yeah, well, I'm back. I'm back. Actually, I should know the answer to that, Raskor, but I don't. Actually, no, it's Miranda. Miranda's technically the XO. If we wanted to add a chain of command to things. Alright, let's punch her. Where should we punch her? In the eyeball, in the shoulder, elbow, knee. We could go for the knee. Let's see, what do you guys think? We could punch her in the camera. That would actually be appropriate, wouldn't it? Right in the camera eye. Wow!
Khalees had been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What sort of questions?
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
Alright.
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that.
Yep.
Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years.
Jeez, Full Metal.
With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
I try to keep in mind that it's just another form of duty. I still wear a uniform.
I'm seeing if I can provoke her
between
into doing the
human
question this time.
interests and Citadel interests. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Spectre Charter allows me to complete my missions any way I see fit.
That's not quite an answer, Commander. You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Many details are still classified, I'm afraid. I can tell you she's a fine ship and has the best crew I've ever served with.
Some members of that crew are aliens, as I recall.
Yeah.
Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
The Normandy has only been loaned to the Citadel. It's a legal technicality that allows me to use her in my new role as Spectre.
I'm not finding it, Pencil.
So this was only to help you in your new job working for the Citadel. Speaking of your new job, did the Council order you to sabotage human research concern on Noveria?
Nah.
I'm afraid I can't discuss the details of my missions.
So you were there on a mission from the Council? That's very interesting.
Well, guys,
Given your recent experience,
looks like I'm not going to get the question.
Humanity will ever get
So there's
the
only one
respect
thing to
it
do.
deserves from the galactic community?
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
That's like the perfect time to do that, too. Do you think we'll ever get the respect we need from the galactic community? I've had enough of your
I'll make sure
snide
everyone in the Alliance sees
insinuations.
that. Your career is over.
And then she turns and casually walks away. There you go, guys. Punched her. Just for you. Actually, I should look something up really quick. How do you spell her name? Never mind, it's... It's actually funnier if you do it earlier, by the way. I've heard you have an advanced warship. I've had enough of your snide insinuations. Not sure what the insinuation was in that one, honestly. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Mass Effect 2, here's what I want. Okay, yeah. Apparently, it is in Mass Effect. In Mass Effect 2, you have the really satisfying scene, which it looks like I will have regardless of the events of Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 3 is when you can clobber her, and then she can clobber you back, and then you can clobber her again. And then she joins your side. And apparently she's in the Citadel DLC, which is for just, yeah, whatever. Wow. Anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and, let's go see if we can dance, shall we? Oh, by the way, if you punch her in 2, she will actually have a black eye from that point on. No. Looks like I still can't dance and have the worst dance moves in the galaxy, guys. Sorry. Trust me, it's the worst dance moves in the galaxy.
Hey there, welcome to Flux.
Right. Oh yeah, you have no idea what I was doing. Right. Keep forgetting that.
Hello again. Can I help you?
Nope.
Just passing through.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
Where the hell's Anderson? Oh, I know where he is. Never mind. Yeah, I remember that, Braven. It was immensely satisfying.
I'm glad you came, Jim. I heard what happened.
They pulled me off the mission, just like when they forced you to give up the Normandy.
I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to warn you, but there was no way to get a message to you before you docked. I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. They all think this is over, but we both know it's not. You have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
Now, I just want to point out something here really quick. I know I've been pointing out several times when the subtlety of both voice acting and writing has been implying shades to this game that otherwise wouldn't be there. That line, the one prior to this, is one that's an excellent example of that. I tried to warn you, but there was no way to get to a message to you before you docked. That was a military official trying to warn you about a situation where he would be violating his orders and probably nuking his own career as a captain in the Alliance military in order to warn you to go do the right thing. Now, again, this is one of those things where in fiction, nuking a lifelong career is just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, or usually, more accurately, you don't actually get consequences for it. But think about how long and hard you have to work at to become a captain of a ship in real life, in any military. And I'm actually mainly using the United States military because that's the one I know so well. Think about how many years of service, of schooling, of training, of work and effort you have to do to get up to be a captain, and just torpedoing that right out of the water in order to get her that warning so she could go stop Saren. I mention that because that really speaks to Anderson's character in a nutshell right there. While he is definitely a lawful good type person, when the chips are down, he only cares about doing the right thing, not the by the book thing, I guess is probably the way to put it. In other words, Anderson is actually quite a bit of a renegade when you get down to it in his approach. And I just thought I'd point that out because I think it's interesting.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Quite a bit, Nero
Controls
says.
locked out all the Normandy's systems, but if we override the ambassador's orders, we can get them to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
If we steal the Normandy, you're the one left holding the bag.
And if Saren finds the conduit, life as we know it is over. The Reapers will destroy us. Humans, Asari, everybody. You're the only one who can stop him, Sean. So I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the Normandy and off this station.
And just in case you thought I was making that up or reading too much into it, he just said it flat out there.
I won't forget this, Captain. I promise.
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That is a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you going to get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
You're gonna get yourself killed. There has to be another way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer in his office, maybe I can override it.
He won't just stand by while you use his computer.
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is, I'll just have to think of something.
The ambassador will not forgive this, Captain. You will be charged with treason, a capital offense.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel Control.
What do you guys think? So we're going to throw up another poll here in a minute, I think, to determine a choice. And I'm trying to remember what that choice is, because I was just thinking, it's not the council thing, which is the last big choice. There's another choice. What the hell is the next choice? I was just thinking about this. Other than The Office, which you guys are choosing right now. Punch Udina. Oh, no, I remember. Okay. Could somebody throw up a straw poll to see if we should name Udina or Anderson the counselor, the ambassador for Mass Effect 2? If one of you guys could do that, that'd be awesome. Please and thank you.
You'll have a better chance if you go after the ambassador's computer.
I was hoping you'd say that. The ambassador has made this personal. You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
What are you talking about? In the Arshay and Gaia edition of Mass Effect 3, that choice makes a huge difference in how things turn out. So does the council choice. Okay, what? Here's my moment.
Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need help from somebody with humanity's interests at heart.
It's Commander, actually. What do you want?
Of course, right to business. That's why humanity has the best damn fleet in the galaxy. My name is Elias Keeler. I'm an alliance negotiator. We've got a big session coming up with the Solarians. You wouldn't believe what's riding on this. I'm fighting for humanity on this one, just like you are.
I don't remember seeing you hip deep in Geth back on Eden Prime.
Thank you, Sonic Doctor.
Front lines, but
We're gonna just... I'm getting tired of hearing this guy, so we're just gonna do that. Nope, sorry. Perfect, there's not even a joke one. Because all jokes would definitely go to Anderson.
Limit, and I need more from the medbay.
Getting you your drug fix is not high on my list of priorities, Keeler.
What century are you living in? Do you think those Solarians hesitate before amping themselves up? If you won't help me keep humanity strong, I'll find somebody else who will.
Keep humanity strong! God damn it, no, let me shoot! There we go. That's actually why I use explosive rounds, so I can... Yeah, where am I going? C-Sec. Well, I was going to go help a couple other people, but I kind of screwed up the order, so... Anyways, Bregwin, let's just say that my Mass Effect 3 would basically have to be... would have to be completely restructured from the way Mass Effect 3 actually turned out. I've mentioned this before.
The Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
Basically, if you... okay. Udina would actually become... You know what, it would take too long. It would take way too long. Suffice it to say that whether or not you chose Udina or Anderson as the council leader would actually change a great deal of the politics of how Mass Effect 3 unfolded. Both of them could be positive, but for the most part, the idea was actually to kind of throw you a bit of a curveball for reasons I don't want to go into, because they'd be spoiling and that'd be terrible.
Stand by, shore party.
Hold on. People are voting for Udina, really? Results. Oh my god, people have voted for Udina. What is wrong with you? Monsters!
What are you doing here?
This is hilarious, by the way.
I didn't send
God, that was just awesome. Hang on, can we reload to see that again?
Let's go.
Because that would be awesome. I love how casual and like light his tone is. The ambassador, Anderson is literally stomping forward, full tilt, Doom mode, and Udine is just like, Commander, I don't remember, or excuse me, Captain, I don't remember her calling from. Oh, that was satisfying. Hang on. Do I have a save, like, right there? I do! One more time! Don't worry, Kay. We can always get more of Udine getting clobbered. I'll even mute myself so you can really enjoy it. Geth incursion?
Alliance officials report that a Geth incursion into the army cluster has been repulsed, with the Geth suffering heavy casualties. In the event of future Geth activity, the Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
Just kind of chilling, hanging out. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. We'll just take a stroll, I think. Was that Z or something? Hang on, was it Z? I can't remember the hotkey. Hang on a second. As soon as it lets me move. Okay. Yep. Just going back to the Normandy. Nothing about to happen. So, you hear about that new Starbucks they opened across the street from the Starbucks? I hear they actually serve one additional type of coffee. It's made from the dried... They actually brew the tear in the crystallized... They actually brew the coffee in the crystallized tears of bald eagles.
Stand by, shore party. Decontaminate.
Anderson, what are you doing here? I didn't send...
I swear I'm not evil.
Let's go. Get us out of here, Joker. Now.
I love the music, too. The music just sells it. Udine is just sitting there and he looks up. Can you imagine... I've actually joked about this before. Can you imagine what it would be like if the video game music or movie music people could actually hear as they were doing whatever? So imagine Udine is just sitting there and all of a sudden, as he's sitting here, he hears bump, 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 and he's like, huh? Oh god, that means I'm about to be attacked or something, doesn't it? And Anderson shows up and he's like, Anderson, you gotta help me. The music just started. I'm about to be attacked. Hey, Ecolette. What's up? Right. A couple things real quick before we go. Just a couple things.
I can't believe we stole the Normandy.
Damn right.
I won't be court-martialed if this doesn't work out, but part of me loves this.
I like how pretty much the whole crew was totally on board with this.
Oh, damn it, no sign of pursuit? I was hoping the Council would send some ships after us. I was looking forward to putting the Normandy through her paces. Figured I'd get to see what this ship can really do.
Saren's still out there. Maybe we'll get a chance to play hide-and-seek with Sovereign.
You know, it doesn't seem like much fun when you say it, Commander. So you need something?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
That would be hilarious, Kay. Commander Shepard, I heard you punched a reporter, and also committed high treason against the Alliance and the Council. Let's talk about that reporter incident, though. I actually had an idea once for doing a short story that involved... It wouldn't really work without audio-video, but the idea was to actually have it... to have it be... you know, exactly that. The idea of that all the dramatic music and stuff plays, and the characters can actually hear it, and they're like, oh, crap. And it just completely colors how the story unfolds.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I just wanted to talk.
Of course, Shepard.
Never mind. I should go. What do you want to talk about? I should go. Tell me about yourself. And then she just does the walk to the side animation. Does nobody have anything else to say? Come on, Garrus. Surely you have something to say to me. Let's see how that poll's doing. For some reason, it looks like Anderson's actually winning. Gosh, what a shack. Hey, Garrus.
I can't believe we stole the Normandy.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not surprised after everything you've told me, but still.
So long!
You sound worried, Garrus.
No, not really. If you're wrong, we'll pay for it. But if you're right and we did nothing, I think we'd regret it a whole lot more. I just hope we can catch Saren before they realize we're missing.
We'll catch him. Just be ready when we do.
Yes, Commander.
It'd be hilarious if all of a sudden Liara just grew a Rex voice and was like, Shepard? I can't do it. Shepard. There we go.
Commander?
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Never, Sonic. Or maybe in the future.
Stealing an Alliance ship? Risky stuff. But I'm right behind you, Shepard. It's the least I can do.
Everyone else thinks I'm crazy.
Sometimes crazy is the best way to go.
Good quote there.
I just hope they don't catch us before we get our hands on Saren.
They won't.
With you, anything's possible.
So long, Rex.
Nero says, I would make Mass Effect 4 a prequel. I've said that several times. I don't think a sequel should happen to Mass Effect 3. Even my edition of Mass Effect 3 should not have a sequel.
We're fugitives on the run. Very exciting, Shepard. I wonder what the Council would do to us if we got caught.
I love how she's all like, ooh, I wonder what the Council would do with us if they got caught.
Your father probably has some political pull, right? He wouldn't let them throw his little girl in jail.
You don't know my father. Stealing ships is a capital offense among my people. He'd probably want to execute us himself.
The Normandy's the best ship in the fleet. They'll never catch us.
I hope you're right.
I should go.
See you later.
Alright, enough screwing around. Time has come to kill the crap out of everything. Depends on your opinion, Ecolette. Nero says no. But again, I would never make. If they actually approached me and said, Arshan guy, please make Mass Effect 4. Here's your conditions. It has to follow Mass Effect 3, and you can't rewrite Mass Effect 3. My answer would probably be no. Unless they flung money
Message
at
coming
me.
in. Patching it through.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just...
You called it, Kay.
Ambushed you like that. But you handled it pretty well.
Oh, right. I didn't actually punch her in this thing.
We had differences of opinion, sir. I hope she at least believed my sincerity.
You handled yourself pretty well, Commander. She came across like a raving idiot. I just wanted to let you know what the response was back home. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Thanks, Hackett. I didn't just steal your best ship, by the way. Alright, to Ilos. Hey, Andoria. That's what I'm gonna say. Andoria. Sonic
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men.
Yeah.
The ones killed by the Thresher War.
We're busy.
Damn, I hope you get this message.
We're busy.
It was a group called Cerberus.
I know it was Cerberus.
An Alliance Black Ops.
I knew that before we even landed there.
Level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them.
Okay.
I've done my part.
Oh, he's not done.
Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
Yeah, okay, he's done. So anyways, yeah, Cerberus did have a little bit of an impact on Mass Effect 1. Don't worry, we will definitely deal with Cerberus by the next game. Oh, okay, shoot, I meant to do something. Okay.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
I will let you guys decide if this... I can't even say it with a straight face. If this incredibly raunchy, immensely risque, intentional sex game function of the game is something that can that you guys would like to see shown, or if I should just shelter you and your pure virgin innocent eyes from this intensity of this sex game. So let me know, guys. This is this is very much in your hands.
I was just thinking about you.
I have been thinking about you too, and what we are about to face. I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
And then the music starts. Honestly, I think the thing that really makes me laugh about this is the music. It's so...
I promise.
No.
I am not looking for comfort. Saren might already have the conduit. It is time to be completely honest with each other. These could be our last moments.
Listen to this.
Our last chance to show each other how...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I want this to be special.
We don't have to do this. Not unless you're sure.
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will you join with me, Shepard? Let our
I can't explain it, Ecolette.
Just tell me what to do.
Don't take off any of your clothes. Because we don't need to. Now this music's alright. It's the beat thing from previous that just kills me. So I'm sorry, Sonic Doctor, what is it you said that I was going to respond to? Oh my god, that's too risque. That's it, guys. I've been innocent. I can't say it. I can't say it with 11. I've been innocent my entire life, up until this very moment. But Mass Effect has ruined me. It has taken away what purity was left within me. Oh, lo.
By the goddess, that was incredible, Shepard.
Now, what I kind of like about that, to talk seriously for a moment, as we all know, there is a degree of physical intimacy with what the Asari do, but 90% of it, or even more, it's up here. It's on the head, right? The joining. What I love about that is the idea that... Yeah, I know, casual. It's hilarious, isn't it? What I love about that is the idea that Liara... obviously, I like the idea of the two of them having a great deal of intimate and personal and enjoyable connection between the two of them. But I like the idea that one of the things that's been emphasized over and over is that Commander Shepard has a tremendously powerful will, and that she is very disciplined and very well controlled and skilled in her mind. You understand? I mention that because someone who is very skilled and careful and precise and willful with their mind, when doing a form of intimacy that solely affects the mind, is probably going to be very good at it. And but more than that, it actually makes a lot of sense that... Let's just say I'm a little surprised that Asari aren't falling over themselves to be with Shepard.
You are incredible.
5 minutes ETA to the Mu relay.
I had better go. Duty calls. You would not want to keep Joker waiting. Shepard.
Oh, Sonic, yes, I was actually going to answer to you. I apologize.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
Don't worry. when I die, you will give up on me. No, you won't, actually. But anyways. So, very few games have actually pulled across the idea of you being in power and having your choices actually... rulership, not leadership, because we lead all the time in video games. But very rare do you rule in a video game. And I'm not talking about Civilization style. That's actually different. Dragon Age 2 Awakening had a section where you, as the local lord, had to make decisions based on the area. Neverwinter Nights 2 had a section like that as well. There are very, very few games that actually pull across that feel, and I actually wish that more of those people would actually do that.
We've got company.
And I think it would be awesome to have that in Mass Effect.
Stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone.
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option. It's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Damn right he can.
Joker?
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
I love the trust Shepard just places in Joker automatically there. It really speaks to the kind of teamwork and camaraderie the two have, even at this point in time. So who should we bring for the final battle, guys? Other than Tali. Because, of course, we're bringing Tali. I guess we could bring Liara, too. Who should we bring? Seriously, who should we bring? We'll bring Tali, though. We always bring Tali. We have to have an engineer. Hey, Tasty Snacks. Garrus and Tali? Garrus. I'm seeing another Garrus. Well, it's... No, you have to yell like Navigator Presley was. We need to bring Garrus! We can't bring Garrus! Shepard. No, we already are bringing Shepard! Rex. Couple votes for Liara. Actually, usually my endgame squad for Mass Effect 2... Actually, I don't remember what it is. It's like my weakest guys. I don't remember who it is off the top of my head. Although sometimes I go out of my way to bring Miranda just so she can tell off the elusive man. Anyways. Man, lots of people are torn on this. We might need an actual poll for this one. However, I'm sorry guys, I'm actually kind of lying to you. There is only one choice for me. I promised my brother I'd bring him when we brought down Saren. I keep my word. And Rex will be carrying Kaiden's his ashes. Am I the only one who found the Prothean statues incredibly creepy looking? Hi.
You two, keep moving inside now.
Move! Move!
Enemy sighted. We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Well, let's go. It feels like it's been forever since I've shot a gun. Look at this. Terrible. And yeah, by the way, I agree with what Raskor and Bragon just said. Poor Saren. Poor Saren. I really do have a tremendous amount of empathy for him. Of course he did, Lava. What? I brought Tolly. I brought Tolly just so I could do this crap. Whatever. I should have brought Garrus. Do I have a save from up there so I can bring Garrus? Yeah, okay. Hang on, let's load state. Remember, each of these load states is actually continuity.
Message coming in.
Commander, Miss she shouldn't have ambushed you like...
Pencil Manners, I'm one of those weird people who thinks that people who are entitled are people who are entitled, and people who want something that isn't garbage are not entitled, they're people who want something that isn't garbage. So, you know. Oh, I didn't level her casually, you're right.
For you, Commander.
That was whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna bring Garrus. And Rex. Because I'm a man of my word. God damn it, we just did this scene! Shield your eyes! Shield your eyes!
Shepard, there is something.
Yeah, there's no skipping it. So anyways, we'll use this moment, we'll even get rid of the sound to really distract you. So, one of the things that gets tossed around a little bit too much is the word entitled. It's become a little bit too much of a buzzword lately. The real problem with that is there is a real thing such as entitlement. For example, usually when you're referring to a prima donna is the kind of person who is actually entitled. I have actually known entitled people in my life. 2 of them, specifically, 2 exact people. But entitlement, to put it bluntly, is... It's kind of a far end. It's kind of an extreme of... You know... Okay, the way I use entitled, the way I define entitled, because I do have to actually mention it that way.
5 minutes ETA.
Is because of the fact that it's a negative because of the fact that someone who is entitled, by the way I'm using the word, is someone who's being a selfish, greedy, inconsiderate, asshole-ish dick who is a net negative. You follow? Damn it, Cashel. No, we have to bring Garrus. We have to bring Garrus. There is no Shepard without Vicarion, and Rex is my brother. I won't even get to hang out with Rex after this point. Come on.
Commander?
Have their senses.
Picking up.
Take a step.
Negative.
We'll never
Drop us.
You need to leave.
We have to try.
Find another
Hang on, I just want to hear him yelling again.
There is no other landing zone.
There we go. Okay, we're good.
Joker, gear up and head down.
Okay, Rex, Garrus, let's go! There is no other landing zone. I'm sorry, I love his shouting. But yeah, it's actually a really gray area kind of a situation, and that is the truth. But usually when I'm using the word entitled, I'm using it when it has passed the gray situation, and it's gotten to the point where it's a little more black and white. And Joker is awesome. Not for the last time. See, the thing is, I'm going to go ahead and just be totally blunt here.
We have to get inside this...
One of the things that I miss about Baldur's Gate 2 was a party size of 5. Now granted, you still had to leave behind people because you had more than 5 people you could recruit. But for God's sakes, it was really nice to be able to go through areas and have all of them there. Not for combat purposes, that's not what I give a damn about. I could solo Baldur's Gate 2 with just my player character, and that's not a boast. I can do that. It was nice to have all the characters there to hear everything that they had to say and all their considerations and their thoughts on the process and all that fun stuff, you know. And I think one of the biggest weaknesses of Dragon Age, Neverwinter Nights, Mass Effect, has always been the fact that you have to pick and choose who you bring to missions. Especially when it's a situation like Dragon Age and like Mass Effect, well, Mass Effect 2 more, but Mass Effect as well, where I actually like all my party members, and I basically end up rotating them around, specifically because of the fact that I want to have at least some time with all of them, because they're all awesome. Yeah, KOTOR is another good example of that. Hi. Sorry, I just wanted to do that. Who's shooting at me? Oh, you are. Hi. 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 Anyone else? No, okay. Oh, there's someone else. Hello. Hello.
We got them all, Shepard.
Oh god, yeah. Blizz is like one of the best companions ever in Tor. In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and say it. Blizz is the best companion in Tor. Shots fired. Bring it. Nighthawk, there's actually some discussion about that topic. Did I just loop? God damn it, I did, didn't I? Frickin' frackin'. Okay, I want to go here. But there's, I don't actually remember off the top of my head if there's a legitimate reason why that doesn't work or not. Other than the obvious thing, which is, the fact that the Quarians can then lose... I mean, immune system is not a thing that's going to be forever, and you can't... maintaining an environmental atmosphere within a suit is a lot harder to do than it sounds, and it'll be a lot more costly, not in terms of money, but in terms of resources, on a fleet that's already having trouble with resources on a day-to-day basis, so... That's just my thoughts on it right off the top of my head, though. Where am I going? I liked Vet too. Alright, hands up. How many of you took the shock collar off Vet, like, first thing, one of the first things you did? And yeah, Mass Effect 2 really had the party member problem that I just mentioned. I just looped again. Where the crap am I going? Ah! Okay. I see the problem. I see the problem. It's like right around here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. This is what my problem was. I knew one person who was actually really funny. He's very much a stat gamer, metagamer, that kind of a thing. So he was also, however, he was trying. He's like a primary metagamer, stat gamer, power gamer, whatever you want to call it, and then a secondary role player. He does role play. He is interested in it, but he always is interested in the stats and the wards and what more, right? So he was playing a super evil, basically a stupid evil Sith with his Sith warrior. And his stupid evil Sith was very torn on the Vet issue because the gamer in him, you know, the stat gamer, as I just mentioned, wanted to max out, God dang it, wanted to max out all of the loyalties so he could do all their missions, see all the content, etc. And of course, get Vet's set up for that. Hang on a second. There we go. Alright, who's left? But I don't know if you know this, you actually can't progress Vet past a certain point. There is a finite point at which you can no longer progress Vet in terms of rep if you don't take the collar off her. So he got to a point where he had been keeping the collar on her for frickin' forever, and had been shocking her regularly. You know, stupid evil, as I just mentioned. Whoops. And then finally got to the point where he couldn't, and he actually was complaining to me about it. He was like, "Oh my god, I have to actually lift the collar off her and be nice to her. Damn it! I've been trying to do this whole time." And it was just funny to me the way he was presented with that particular dilemma. What's this poll you got here? Do you like Nutella? No, I do not like Nutella. However, you do need to see a doctor, Sonic. But not the doctor. I don't think he could help you with your particular problem. Oh, I know, Cashel. And then you get what's-her-face. I don't want to spoil anything, but then you get the other individual who joins your party. And there's actually several dialogue options where you have to pretend to be evil and have her pretend to be evil as other party members show up. It's actually hilarious the way they did it. Very well done, though. Jedi Consular story was a little less interesting than I thought it should have been. It's kind of like the Inquisitor story. Both the Inquisitor and the Consular story felt like... Well, they felt like...
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
I bet this is the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after we went inside. We'll have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
Now I've lost my train of thought. Alright, the Inquisitor and the Consular story. I don't actually have a good way to explain this, but it felt like a story. Nothing unusual, nothing unexpected, nothing interesting, nothing very heavily character-based. It just felt like a story. Nothing bad, nothing wrong with it. Just nothing interesting. I had that problem with both of them rather extensively. By contrast, the Sith Warrior and Jedi Knight storylines were awesome, and I highly recommend them. Smuggler was awesome. Bounty Hunter was enjoyable. It wasn't actually awesome. It was just... It had a lot of good dialogue options. That's basically how I'm going to say that. And we'll leave it at that. Let's just say my Bounty Hunter was more dark side than light, but not for being evil. I swear. That's not why it was happening. It was just... yeah. What else is there? Oh yes, and of course there's the Agent, who arguably has the primary storyline of Tor. I'm not actually making that up. The Agent storyline is also the only storyline that connects with all the other storylines, which is also one of the ways that we know that all 8 storylines are actually congruent with each other.
Come on, Saren's already got a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
That's a chance we'll have to take.
Hold on.
Vigil.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message, but I don't recognize the language.
It's probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we can't understand it.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Incredible. The cipher must have transferred an understanding of the Prothean language into your mind.
Beautiful.
Not safe. Seek refuge. Inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Fought Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope. Act of desperation. The conduit. All is lost.
Sorry, we're not actually at Vigil yet.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
Yes, they can. You were just idiots and kind of had a stagnant and indeed derelict civilization, which was perfectly primed for reaping. Lava Dude, I don't know if there's a reason for that off the top of my head. No. The Tor free-to-play version... Okay, let me put it to you this way. If you enjoy constantly being punished for not paying for the... Goddamn, where am I going? Not constantly being punished for the fact that you have not paid for the game, then yeah, sure, go ahead. Otherwise, you basically have to pay for the game to actually enjoy it, in my opinion. It's one of the situations where you can play it for free, but you're going to be crippled across the ankles the entire time, and it's going to be a aggravation at best, and a downright net negative experience at worst. There we go. Hey, Paulie. Shoutouts. Shoutouts to elevators. Did I just backtrack? I just frickin' backtracked, didn't I? You gotta be kidding me. I hate everything. I can't go back now. What the crap hell? Alright, whatever. I'm telling you guys, I always get stuck at the stupidest thing. It's not something hard. It's not something difficult or complicated. I just get stuck at the dumbest thing. Like I have to... In Lufia 2, there's a section where you have to talk to this one guy in one town over here. And... Oh, I have to get the Mako. Okay, thank you. Ugh. Anyways, there's this one guy in this one town over here, and I had to talk to him to be able to press the grab. You know, standard scripted trigger events. Couldn't figure out how to talk to that guy. Or rather, couldn't figure out who to talk to, couldn't figure out how to progress the plan. Wandered around for forever trying to find this one damn guy. I always get stuck at stupid things. In case you're wondering, yes, I am just basically calling myself stupid. I do not see a door... Okay, now it opens.
Good idea. Firepower.
I like Garrus. And Rex. And Shepard.
I thought Saren would have set some kind of trap or ambush for us. They must have been in too much of a hurry.
Or we just haven't run into it yet.
Alright, guys. So those of you who've been watching this stream since Saturday know that I've been interestingly driving the Mako as I've been going around. And as I've been like, whoa, whoa, we've come to learn that the springs and the balancer and the harness, the 5-point harness we've got in the Mako is very excellently designed. So excellently, one might actually be able to say that we could survive even a full, front-on collision in this thing. Well, some of you guys may think I've been doing that just for the hell of it or for fun, but no, I've actually been training both my crew and the Mako for the Mako's greatest and last mission, which is in a bit. I just wanted to talk about it before you-know-who shows up. Yes, Voldemort is actually in here.
What are those things on the wall? Some kind of containers?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong, though. This bunker became their tomb. Pods are dead, and so is it.
Oh, there you are. Alright, now we're gonna drive the rest of the way like this. Whoa, 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 hang on. Whoa, there. No, no, okay, hang on. We can do this. I think. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, I have no idea where I am. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Holy crap, holy crap. Okay, hang on. We're stuck. We may actually be really stuck here. When was the last save? Last save was 16 minutes ago. How did I get in here? How did this happen? I mean, I know the answer. I know the physics in this game. I talked about it extensively earlier. It's just... Wow. Wait, we're making a little bit of progress there. Come on! Come on! Yeah, but... That's not happening. Where... Oh my god! Wog! Wog! Bonus points to anyone who knows what I'm just saying. Wog! Wog! Why am I punching him? Wog! So I was thinking that given the cultural societal implications that exist within Mass Effect with regards to obvious nationalistic tendencies divided along a racial line rather than any sort of actual banner or flag with regards to the individual species, I wonder if it's actually a natural concurrence for most civilized societies to actually develop towards the lines of having a racial nationalization rather than a flag nationalization based more on borders, such as and such as if, you know, for example, within the space of the galaxy, I'm done. Although I was actually making a real point there. Wog. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to kill your ears. What's funny is I wasn't actually shouting, it's just this mic. Anyways, okay. I do actually have a point, though. It is an interesting thought. Do you think it is a natural cultural inevitability that as a species advances to the point where they enter and then past the space age, where they are now fully part of an intergalactic community, as to whether or not they will stop caring about nations and flags and empires and otherwise organizational nationalities, rather instead keeping themselves adhered purely towards a cultural, or rather I should say a species-based nationality. There are actually quite a few science fiction things that have that exact same thing happen. Now, of course, there's always exceptions. Okay, I'm doing a nice and quiet view. But, exceptions aside, that is pretty much the norm. Probably the only real exception to that as far as science fiction is Star Wars, where your species, other than the natural human, not human thing, doesn't actually matter that much. I know there's other exceptions. Babylon 5 did this, though. Star Trek did this. Mass Effect. There are quite a few that did that. I don't even know what the proper way is, Omni. I probably know what you mean, I just don't know what that means. Yeah, actually, very much like Foundation, which, by the way, if nobody out there has read Asimov's Foundation, I highly recommend it. It's an awesome series. I've taken a few... how do I put it? Hints? I've taken a great deal of inspiration in a lot of my own written works from Foundation.
We'll have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we haven't worked inside that bunker.
But yeah, Bragwin, what you just outlined is exactly my point, really. Do you think that it's a natural progression of cultural evolution. Oh, the home row. Well, I actually have really nice, big, wide, awesome keyboards of... Whoa! So, I actually have... Oh, I missed one. Where is he? Where is he? So... I kind of type in my own manner, basically. But I do type really fast, as I've already mentioned. I'm going the wrong way again. Well, of course they do, Time. But that my point still stands. Most of the Babylon 5... again, you're just making my point for me. The exceptions help prove the rule because they are exceptions.
Hold on. Something's happening.
It's
No, I don't have infinite health. I'm just level 50, whatever. What level am I nowadays? No problem. I am level 57 now, apparently. I've gotten like another 7 levels on this playthrough. This is hilarious. Oh yeah, Sol does mean sun in Greek, I believe. I could be wrong. Or maybe it's just Latin. That wouldn't actually surprise me. Yes, there are human nations on Earth, but that's like saying there's the individual cities within a state here in the United States. They do exist, and they do determine their own individual, policies and whatnot. But for the most part, for all intents and purposes, they don't actually determine anything with regards to policy on a decent level or whatnot. All right, where am I? This way. Nope. Save state. So we don't have to do that again. Okay, we're not going to drive in stupid mode this time. As much as it's fun. Okay, we'll drive a little bit in stupid mode.
I thought Sarah would have set some kind of trap or ambush.
Whoa, shoot. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Where's the ground? Where's the ground? There it is. Oh, no, hang on. No, okay. There. We're good. We got this. Alright, there's gonna be enemies here, maybe. Oh, no, I guess not. Whoa, shoot. Nope. Okay, losing it. There's the enemies.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of container?
Oh god. Okay.
They look like stasis pods.
I've totally got this, Nicolette.
Alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong, though. This bunker could be there, too. The pods are dead, and so is anyone inside.
All of them? There must be hundreds of those pods. What was Saren expecting?
Yeah, the Alliance basically functions as a military confederacy for all intents and purposes, near as I can tell. Oh god. No. Oh god. No, this way. Oh god. No. There we go. Okay, we're good. Let me in!
What's happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush.
Oh
I
god.
don't think Saren's behind this.
High resolution textures, ladies and gentlemen. Ahem. By the way, it's a trap. That's the second time Rex has said that, if you're keeping track. London being sacked.
What do you think we're going to find down here? It has to be useful if it's specifically targeted us.
Don't get your hopes up. The only thing
Hello, Vigil. Uh-oh. Hang on. Alright. Goodbye, Vigil.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently. Perhaps there is still hope.
Wait a minute. How come I can understand you? Why aren't you speaking the Prothean language?
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
Hey, Snow. I want to mention something real quick. There are two instances... Okay, I've never mentioned this before because I didn't think it was really necessary, but there are two instances in the Mass Effect series, 1 in 1 and 1 in 3, where a program that has the provable ability to determine whether or not someone is indoctrinated flat out says that Shepard is not. One is right here, and one is with Vengeance, or whatever his name is, in 3. Now, I only mention this because there was a very strong proponent of people who wanted the indoctrination theory to be correct in 3, and I can totally understand that. But for people who actually were debating that, the biggest argument against that being true was the fact that very shortly prior to the end of Mass Effect 3, because the Thessia mission was quite a ways in, you were provably not indoctrinated, as stated by our good friend in 3. Vendetta, thank you, Vendetta. Whatever his damn name is, he was an idiot. I just felt like pointing that out, because I feel like it was one of those things that was kind of being done as a callback and just kind of failed. But yeah, whatever. Anyways, Mass Effect 3 doesn't exist, though, as we all know. I still think it's interesting that they can detect indoctrination. It says something without saying something, because, as we know, the Reapers took a very long time reaping in the Prothean cycle, a matter of centuries, if memory serves. So, given that fact, it makes perfect sense that the Protheans, who were, despite their cultural and societal stagnation, very technologically advanced, would be able to determine the kind of ability to detect actual indoctrination because of the way it actually alters the way your brain works and functions and all that fun stuff. So I just feel like pointing it out that it also says something about the fact that the Protheans obviously dealt with a very large number of indoctrinated individuals. And I only mention this because, as we all know, Mass Effect 3 doesn't exist, so anything that Virgil or Vogue or whatever the heck his name is might have said never happened. But even from this little tidbit right here, even from this little bit of information, we knew that the Protheans had to deal with a very large-scale invasion from the Reapers over the course of years, had to deal with indoctrination over the course of years, and tried, and even succeeded in some cases, to find ways to fight back against it. And against the Reapers, they just failed because of the fact that, you know, they... everything else, I mean, you know, duh, right?
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, Chief Overseer of the Ilos Research Facility.
By the way, there you go. There's a Prothean whose name does not start with a V. Just for you.
Why did you bring me here?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay.
It's a trap!
One that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
Shoot, I wanted to mention something else just there. Damn it, this is actually important. I gotta think of this. Yeah, I'll give you more dialogue.
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was an inactive mass relay?
That was it.
The Reapers
Okay.
are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly benign organic caretakers. The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover the Citadel's true nature. Not until the relay is activated and the Reapers invade.
Shoot, now I got something else to talk about. I was going to save it for this. I meant to mention it earlier. One of the things that I found interesting about this, a lot of people theorized that the reason that Vigil here was a broken AI, or rather broken VI, and the reason the other things here were very vague was because they hadn't actually designed the Protheans yet. That's not actually true. As we know, Mass Effect 2 was already being planned and developed for when Mass Effect 1 was out and was being made. And so they always knew that there would be that big plot twist in Mass Effect 2 with regards to the Protheans and their nature. So they deliberately went out of their way to remove the ability to actually visually see Protheans throughout Mass Effect 1 to ensure that you would have no idea what you were looking at. Otherwise, you would see them and go, huh, as soon as you saw Mass Effect 2. Makes sense? The other thing I wanted to mention here, the wonderful amusement of the Reaper's methodology is they rely on politics. I love that because the Reapers themselves have no politics. Literally none. They have a function, they have a purpose, and they have whatever means are necessary to accomplish that goal. All the other races become political, and so they have this Citadel and the Keepers, and people discover the Citadel and people discover the Keepers, and politics by its nature almost assures without question that the people who find it will not actually disturb the Keepers. Even though they have the power to do so, even though it is within their function, those in charge find the convenience and usage of the Keepers simply too beneficial to allow the actual brute power, the brute force of the species or whoever encounters it to actually do anything about the Keepers. And in fact, they use politics more than just that. I wanted to mention this much earlier when we were talking about the Keepers way back in the Citadel at the beginning of the stream. But I also want to mention it with regards to how they use their indoctrination very carefully and very specifically. Very site-specific indoctrinations, usually to take over leaders of organizations. And indeed, as we actually hear, one of the things they like to do is take over whoever leads the Citadel and not actually kill them all or harvest them all, but rather indoctrinate them so that those leaders can then use politics and use their position and whatnot to at the very least delay a response to the Reaper invasion. Because if you think about it from a fundamental perspective, our headquarters has been attacked, we need to mobilize right now is not something that seems out of bounds. Our headquarters has encountered another species and we're reasoning with them is the kind of thing that most people would say, oh, okay, and not even blink at. Very few people would actually realize that that is actually an invasion. You see where I'm going with this? I find it fascinating, the Reaper's understanding and utilization of politics throughout the Mass Effect mythos.
How do the Reapers survive out in dark space?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers enter prolonged states of inactivity to conserve energy. This allows them to survive the thousands and thousands of years it takes for organic civilization to rebuild itself. But in this state, they are vulnerable. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel relay is activated.
And now, here is where the true weakness of the Reapers is revealed. And anytime you have a situation where the good guys can win abruptly and too easily, to put it bluntly, before the story is concluded, as a writer you have to sit down and decide and figure out how that doesn't come to pass, why things don't work out properly. If the Alliance races, if the Citadel races were to forge their forces together, go out to the dark space, and just hit the Reapers head on, there's a pretty good chance they could take out a fairly large amount of them before they had a chance to do anything. I have absolutely no doubt that what Shepard was working on shortly after Mass Effect 1 ended and prior to the beginning of Mass Effect 2 was exactly that. Getting ready for a strong military assault against the Reapers in dark space, figuring out their location by reverse engineering the Citadel and going out and hitting them where they lived. And yet what happens at the beginning of Mass Effect 2? And who prompts it? I'll be talking more about the variances between Sovereign and Harbinger later, but suffice it to say that I have no doubt that Sovereign is, let's call him an aristocrat, a typical noble who believes himself above it all and all that. Harbinger, while he certainly has his ego, is the king in this situation. And I'm talking about the third era of kings in real-life history. In other words, they have the strong military kind of a king. Harbinger is someone who actually uses his brain, understands the threat of the lesser races, and is willing to do what is necessary to combat it. And it is no surprise then that the very first thing Harbinger did was go right after the one individual who had actually been pushing for success against his options and his plans. So
the Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise
Vyson,
attack.
because Mass Effect 3 was written poorly.
Our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
Yeah. Because no matter what kind of power you have, killing trillions of people just takes a while.
The war was lost. If you'd surrendered, they might have let you live.
No offer of surrender was ever given. Our enemy had a single goal: the extinction of all advanced organic life. Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us. Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were conquered, their populations enslaved. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the machines. Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
By the way, Ecklet, the answer is because Mass Effect 3 was poorly written. So, and yeah, I only took the surrender thing to highlight what I was talking about earlier with Saren's speech about how we have to make ourselves useful and blah blah blah. No, that's not how that works. Granted, even in Saren's own speech, he highlights why that doesn't work, but again, I want to stress something, because this is probably the thing that pissed me off most about Mass Effect 3, really. The lack of continuity between 1 and 2 over here and 3 is so blatant, and it's all over the place. And I've been pointing out examples this whole time. But this is just another example of that continuity. Mass Effect 3 wasn't even contiguous with itself. Within Mass Effect 3, they kept emphasizing thematically and in voice acting, you know, the Reapers are unstoppable, the Reapers are unstoppable, the Reapers are unstoppable, the Reapers are unstoppable. There's no possibility of fighting back against them. They're unstoppable, they're unstoppable. And yet, even in Mass Effect 3, in the lore and the data reports and the other stuff you get, you hear about how we're actually fighting back and succeeding in defeating the Reapers, because they're not unstoppable, and they're not invincible. And in Mass Effect 1 and 2, it's emphasized over and over and over that the Reapers are not invincible. Very advanced, much stronger than us, but they have weaknesses. They are not full-on invincible. They have arrogance, you know. Over and over, it is emphasized, and this whole thing that he just went through is another excellent example of how the Reapers won. The Reapers didn't win by just showing up and blowing the heck out of everything. The Reapers won by methodically and carefully outthinking their opponents. And I have no doubt that that was Harbinger at the head of that, by the way, because that's very much his style. To take planets and indoctrinate an entire planet's worth of people and disseminate them across the galaxy to serve as the ability to betray those planets, to make them easier and simpler and quicker and more effective to take, and so forth and so on. Can you even with that one line, we can assume so much about how the Reapers would take weaker planets planets which were not very militarily defended, and then take those people and send them out to other individuals, other worlds, other systems, which were heavily defended, which had massive Prothean threats, and get their agents into those fleets and into those areas specifically so that they could then weaken them and make the Reaper invasion either easier or possible, depending on how you want to look at it. This also explains very clearly what I was talking about earlier with the ability to detect indoctrination. And the fact that, it sucks, Final Cloud. I'm sorry. The ability to detect indoctrination, and one of the reasons why it became such a big deal to them. Because of how many times they probably got burned on that. Remember, within a few centuries, rewind just 200 years in real life, and tell me what life was like 200 years ago. And imagine that in that period of time from then to now, the Reapers were doing nothing but this slow, methodical, carefully thought out, carefully, strategically planned invasion plan. The Reapers are not the Borg. And this, I forgive me, but they're not. They're not this unstoppable wall of destruction. They're just a very powerful enemy that knows what they're doing. And one of the things that was most emphasized in Mass Effect 1 and 2 was trying to illustrate that this ancient and apocryphal force wasn't. That it was just another super advanced race of machine-like intellect that we were, basically a hybrid actually race, that we were trying to deal with. Whatever.
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken.
Yeah, exactly, Javan. That is a great analogy.
Organic life had been extinguished. The Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned.
They were of no more use.
Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought. The indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
Sorry, I gotta point out what Javan just said for those of you that aren't reading chat. Basically, the Reapers are an army of fully armored knights with political influence and combat power way beyond the mass of peasants around them. Very, very scary. Very much so. But getting the peasants to fight back, those peasants, if they were organized and well-led, well-motivated, would win against those knights. And I like that not only because of the obvious point which is made right in it, but because that's actually what happened. That is how people of those type of people, people of those type of status, of station, back in actual history, maintained power by being very scary, by preying to people's desire to not have to risk themselves and their lives and their families, and by using careful tactics, just like the Reapers did, and careful strategies and politics, just like the Reapers did, in order to keep themselves on the top of the heap. It finally fell apart because it reached a point where they had been doing that for so long that certain members of the masses just were like, nope. And yes, Omni, Exdeath is actually Exdeath isn't very similar to this because Exdeath actually did have monumental power. The Reapers were strong, but not as strong.
What do the Reapers get out of this? Why do they keep repeating this pattern of genocide over and over?
Yes,
Kasha.
Alien.
And it would have been awesome!
Perhaps they need slaves or resources. More likely they are driven by motives and goals organic beings cannot hope to comprehend. In the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on stopping them, not in understanding them.
Yeah, Exdeath probably could take the Reapers on. Let's just be blunt about ourselves here. The other thing I wanted to make as a point here. One of the things that I was yelled at most when I, with the help of an awesome individual named Ivan, put forth an Arshian Gaia version of the Mass Effect 3 ending. Do you guys remember that? Any of you guys actually watched that? I was doing voice acting for the narration, and there was voice clips from the game and a few clips, and there was a bit of artwork. Anyone actually watch that? If you didn't, go to YouTube right now and look up Arshian Gaia Mass Effect 3 alternate ending, and you'll find it. Anyways, one of the biggest complaints I got most often about that was the fact that it was unrealistic because there was no way that the Reapers would be defeatable, because most people had bought into the idea that was presented in Mass Effect 3, that the Reapers are invincible, the Reapers are invincible, the Reapers are invincible. The thing that was hammered into us over and over and over so ham-fistedly throughout Mass Effect 3. And my counter to that was always the same thing. Go replay Mass Effect 1 and 2 and tell me exactly how invincible the Reapers are. Pay attention to what they say. Pay attention to how they say it. Pay attention to what we learn about the history. And tell me again the Reapers are invincible. No. They're wrong. They aren't, you know? And that's one of the reasons I put forth that ending like that, because that was going to be an ending to the Archie Gaia version of Mass Effect 3. But anyway, I digress.
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay. One that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
Conduit's not a weapon. It's a backdoor onto the Citadel.
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came crashing down, Ilos was spared. We severed all communication with the outside, and our facility went dark. The personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
Yeah, just a second. Okay.
You should have fought.
We were a few hundred against a galactic invasion fleet. Our only hope was to remain undetected.
I would, Final Cloud.
I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You were programmed to protect them, not kill them.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency programming entered on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. There were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning. A way to break the cycle forever. And they knew the Keepers were the key.
Aren't they under the influence of the Reapers?
The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay.
Yep.
After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it.
Yep.
The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
And from all we understand, I don't think they ever say it outright, but from all we understand, when Sovereign sent that signal, it was about 2 millennia ago, give or take. This cycle was supposed to start a while ago. Or was it 1 millennia? I'm actually not positive on that, forgive me. They're not going to try anything lava, dude. Trust me.
Saren must have some plan to undo everything you did.
The one you call Saren will use the conduit to bypass the Citadel's defenses. Once inside, he will transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay, and the cycle of extinction will begin again.
Is there any way we can stop them?
There's a data file in my console. Take
Yeah,
a copy
Raskar.
when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait. Where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit, follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
That probably was exactly what Sovereign thought. This hasn't happened before. Sovereign was having marathon luck, guys. So... this is pretty awesome, and this is an excellent design from a writing perspective. Ensuring that you build up a situation where it is pretty clear that that things are bad. Not necessarily completely hopeless, but for all intents and purposes, yeah, it does look pretty hopeless. Everything looks unwinnable, unsolvable. And then you find out that there is a way out. This is how you design a proper writing, from a writing perspective, a proper way out of a terrible situation like that. You make sure, first of all, that it was a rare circumstance that allowed it. In this case, the survival of Ilos, the survival of the few researchers here, the few Protheans who were working feverishly to ensure that the next cycle had a bit of a chance, all of that was pretty much a 1 in a million shot, kind of literally. Number two, you then arrange for a situation that basically stalls the enemy's plans, or rather, has already stalled an enemy's plans, in such a way that there is now a crack, a window in their armor that they have the ability to actually take care of. That gives the good guys then a chance to actually do something about the situation. And third, you make sure that this window is basically something that is not going to happen again, and you can almost guarantee it. And then you weave those facts into every aspect of the lore of the setting you're writing. Again, even here in Mass Effect 1, we already knew about the Rachni Wars. We already knew about... oh shoot, I suddenly can't think of it. The other big thing Sovereign did prior to this. What was the other... oh, right. The Geth. We already knew about the Geth situation. We already knew about the Rachni Wars. Everything prior to this, it's one of those situations where it's very hard to craft, but once you do, everything just falls into place neatly, and you get a nice five-row Tetris block.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
And that's why...
The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
Do not speak to me of the Star Brat. Goodbye, Vigil. You will be missed. The hardest choice for me, by the way, Snow, I've actually already said this, but it was what to do with the genophage with Morden's mission. That was such a hard choice.
So many races looked up to the Protheans as paragons of civilization. They were fooled by the Reapers just as we were. They failed.
Keep it moving. I've got no intention of letting them like them.
Wait, I'm going this way, right? Yes, okay. Telling you, Full Metal, it's all been for a purpose. All the bouncing around, the getting stuck in the world geometry, like I just did. Leaping off the thing. Hey, Luxia. Just in case I screw up again. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said go away. Then the music glitches out, because of course it does. Poor Marauder shields. So would anyone like to spontaneously decide to vote for Udina as counselor? Just curious. Damn it, Deutsch. Would anyone like to undo their vote for Udina and vote for the correct choice? Nighthawk, I'm actually pretty sure that if things had gone differently...
It's incredible. We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't going to make it easy on us.
Joker for counselor. Well, he would be sitting down a lot, so he would be kind of well suited for that. Meanwhile... Hi! You're screwed! Hey, remember that fleet you mobilized? If they do a straight attack? Yeah. Bye! I'm sorry, but this fight felt so much more epic and more pertinent to me than the one in Mass Effect 3 did. Even though the Mass Effect 3 one was much larger in scope and scale.
Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council! Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
We copy. Oh yes, the Reaper. Gotta say it like that. So yeah, I know this joke is a little played out, but I just gotta say it. The reason I've been doing all the stuff, all the hull terrain, all the bouncing, all the all over the place, was all a build-up for this moment. Go!
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
And yes, I love this. That was the conduit all along, and not just a monument to the Mass Effect relays. Hi! See, if I hadn't done those tests, we might not have survived that crash. No. So, creepy thought of the day. Those were probably NPCs we actually had met earlier in the game.
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems.
It was, Sonic. I was planning ahead. Like I always do. Shooting the Keepers. Because screw those guys.
The Citadel's closing. They're sealing the station.
Get out.
Don't let the enemy ships inside the arms.
I always like the design of those ships. Turian, I believe. Now the problem is, Sovereign's greatest strength is actually his Mass Effect barrier. Once you get that down, that actual hull plating is pretty easy to break. That's actually mentioned elsewise as well. But I mentioned it here especially because I think, honestly, that is the greatest military strength the Reapers have when it comes to space battles. Penetrating their Mass Effect barriers. Once you finally get through that, you can just tear them apart. But that's also why the Reapers can use ramming tactics, which is incredibly brutally effective in space, because we can't do those kind of tactics in space, because we do that, we lose our ship and all those people. The Reapers don't give a damn, they can just ram you all day long. And as we know from both real-life history and from basic logic, being able to effectively employ ramming tactics is really, really brutal when it comes to spacebound or ship combat of any way. Love that view, by the way. Just, yeah, love that view. That would actually be pretty cool, True Town. That's a good idea, I like that. Love the view. Seriously, it's even still moving. Ugh, love it. I personally do, Sean, yes. Whoops. Am I going the wrong way? Oh, yeah, I am going the wrong way. Although I'll talk about that a little more when we get to that game. Obviously. Dum-dum-dum. What do you mean, Nighthawk? Hang on. Okay, we're good. See, Shepard actually is related to Samus Aran, and that's how she managed to get her suit, or rather, to get the helmet in, let's just call it quantum space. I think that's a good thing to call it. Hulk versus the Reapers. Well, are the Reapers being smart? Because if they are, the Reapers would win that one. But if they aren't being smart, they just come at him and then just kind of let him get angrier and angrier and angrier and angrier. That one's probably eventually going to the Hulk, I hate to say it. That is, of course, comic book Hulk, not movieverse Hulk. Big difference. Oh, right. Honestly, there's too many variables there to really speculate on what would have happened, I think, Nighthawk. There is a great deal of interest in what that would have pulled out as like an Elseworld story, you know, an alternate universe type of thing. But it also would have been absolutely fascinating to have a situation where the, come on, there we go. Where the Krogan naturally evolve into space, assuming they actually do. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. And the humans then interact with them, and the kind of interpolitical situation it would be where a society, rather than being dominated by however many dozens of Citadel races there are in this setting, you know, in this timeline, having just the two, the Krogan and the humans. Did I miss one? No, they're all three firing. Whatever. Die. Die. Go away. Oh, there's one left. No, Ecolette, because why would I? There's not much to Lorerun there. Here's these games. They play on a touchscreen. The end. So I'm mostly watching the chat here rather than the game at this point. Guardians of the Galaxy. That's pretty soon, isn't it? About a month from now, I believe. Give or take. I love how there's just already shields set up here. You can always tell there's combat. Mass Effect 2 is actually kind of bad about that. I'll talk about that later. When we get there. When we get there. Reapers versus Unicron. Unicron. Sorry. Whoop. Yeah, I know they do echo it, but yeah. Not much to add, I'm afraid. Yeah. Geth versus the Xylons? Omicron per CIA. I actually get that. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Rawr. Probably this way. Yeah, probably. Reapers, Cashel. That's the goal, Brigman. That soldier mentality, which is why I picked soldier. Oh, right, so. Hi. I love this gun. I love the anti-materials better, though. We'll show that off soon. Oh, wow, I actually missed. There we go. Then everything would win forever, Omni. We would all be much happier if that were true. Reapers versus the writers of Mass Effect 3. Well, unfortunately, we know how that one turned out, so I'm gonna have to give that to the writers of Mass Effect 3. Depends on if the Death Star can fire first. Pencil matters. Hey, Saren. Just shoot. This is actually a pretty awesome cutscene, and very typical of the style of this era of RPGs, or rather the era just prior to this. I'll talk about that in just a moment.
I was afraid you wouldn't make it in time, Shepard.
So I'm going to pause here for a moment to talk. Superman. One of the interesting things about Mass Effect 1 is it very much was a game that was designed to be one of the old classic RPGs done in the modern style. Dragon Age Origins basically had the same manifesto with its design as well. But Mass Effect, I feel, really succeeded in making a modern-feeling classic RPG. This is, for all intents and purposes, an RPG in the same style and sort of the Baldur's Gates, of the Icewind Dales, of the Planescape Torments, of the Neverwinter Nights. All that era of gaming pushed into something much more clean, much more modern looking, much harder science fiction, appealing to this current generation because styles and aesthetics and desires change from era to era, as happens many times. I mean, look at any science fiction thing in the 80s or, God forbid, the 60s. That used to be in style, you know. But more so, and Fallout. Excuse me, I knew I was missing one. The Fallouts, the early Fallouts, more so than any of the other things in Mass Effect 1. I feel that the one thing they really pulled off absolutely best was the one boss fight in this entire game. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mass Effect 1 has only one boss fight, and it's the Saren fight, and that's it. Nothing else in this game that's a boss or a mini-boss really qualifies, in my frank opinion. Not saying anything bad about it, I'm just saying it. However, they really put a lot of time and effort into crafting Damn it, Javan. They really put a lot of time and effort into crafting the dialogue, and they actually did multiple takes on the voice acting for this section to get it right, because they really wanted to pay an homage to one of the things that was a great aspect of all of those classic RPGs. The final conversation. There's always one final conversation with the villain, and in many of those games I just talked about, you have the ability to talk the villain out of, the situation, either to talk them to death or talk them into the situation, talk them down, make them weaker. That kind of a thing was always a hallmark of the classic RPGs. I shouldn't say always, but it was a hallmark. It was one of the things they liked to do. So this scene really did an excellent job of paying that homage, and I just felt like mentioning that. I'm actually going to shut up now.
In time for what?
The final confrontation. I think we both expected it would end like this. You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay will open. The Reapers will return.
I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
You survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed since then. Improved. Sovereign has upgraded me.
You let Sovereign implant you? Are you insane?
I suppose I should thank you, Shepard. After Vermeer, I couldn't stop thinking about what you said. About Sovereign manipulating me. About indoctrination. The doubts began to eat away at me. Sovereign sensed my hesitation. I was implanted to strengthen my resolve. Now my doubts are gone. I believe in Sovereign completely. I understand that the Reapers need organics. Join us, and Sovereign will find a place for you, too.
Hang on, guys, I got a little bit of thing to deal with. I'll go ahead and talk while we go through this. There is something fascinating about what we were just talking about with regards to Saren. And that's the fact that it's not all the obvious stuff. Yes, I know the audio's gone. I'm right here. God, guys. So weird. It's the fact that... Hang on just a second. Whenever I Alt-Tab, by the way, I lose sound. In case you're wondering why it goes out every now and again, that's why. So, there is virtually... hang on a second. There's virtually nothing that can actually... Okay, what do you mean the sound's cutting in and out? I see the sound just being fine. As I'm just chatting here, I will go back to the Mass Effect. Now you should be able to hear the sound of... Anyways, we see very few things that can actually do anything against indoctrination. We do see a couple things throughout the series, but I just feel like pointing out that it says a great deal of something with regards to Shepard's charisma, leadership, and general approach to professionalism and how she deals with other people, that her talking to Saren actually successfully made Saren genuinely question indoctrination. Think about that, and think about how much that says for her. And obviously, the Elusive Man did not know that fact. But based on that fact alone, there is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that the Elusive Man was right in his reasoning for what he did to Shepard. And yeah, so, moving on.
Sovereign's controlling you through your implants. Don't you see that?
The relationship is symbiotic, organic and machine intertwined, a union of flesh and steel. The strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. I am a vision of the future, Shepard, the evolution of all organic life. This is our destiny. Join Sovereign and experience a true rebirth.
Sovereign hasn't won yet. I can stop it from taking control of the station. Step aside and the invasion will never happen.
We can't stop it. Not forever. You saw the visions. You saw what happened to the Protheans. The Reapers are too powerful.
Some part of you must still realize this is wrong. You can fight this.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is still a chance for... The implants. Sovereign is too strong. I'm sorry. It is too late for me.
I like how smart they show Saren at multiple occasions. This being another one. Saren thinks this is beautiful in its craft. Saren doesn't think, oh, well, maybe Shepard's right, or maybe all this fun stuff, nothing like that. What actually happens is Shepard makes Saren think, oh, maybe you're right. And in response to maybe you're right, he feels intense pain from his implants, and that is what actually convinces Saren that Shepard is correct. Because Saren puts 2 and 2 together and realizes the only reason Sovereign would try to do something like that with the implants is if he's controlling him, and that's why Saren does that turnaround. I just feel like pointing that out, because a lot of people have said, well, how do you talk him down so easily and quickly? Basically, you don't. All you do is put the nudge in the door. Saren's the one who figures it out for himself, thanks to Sovereign, being an idiot, basically.
It's not over yet. You can still redeem yourself.
Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
And that was all the fans who played Mass Effect 3. I still have the... yeah, okay.
Vigil's data file worked. I've got control of all systems.
Quick, open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down.
See if you can open a communications channel.
So we have a choice to make.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drives offline. Kinetic barriers...
I know what choice I'm going to make.
The Council is on board.
Hi, Bandit.
The Council is on board.
Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
I just want to... I know exactly which choice I'm going to make with regards to the Council, saving them or letting them die. What I want to know is if anybody out there knows the full extent of why I am making that choice. Feel free to guess or what have you.
I'm here, Joker.
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Andurra sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
You'd sacrifice human lives to save the Council? What have they ever done for your kind?
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign's a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
That's why you can't throw away reinforcements trying to save the Council. Hold them back until the Citadel arms open up and the human fleet can go after Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
Opening the relays now, Joker. We need to save the Ascension no matter what the cost.
I hope the Council appreciates this.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
Oh, for quite a while.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Thank the goddess.
Baronessa and Sean both pretty much have the right of it. This is not about politics. This is not about racial lines or divisions. This is war. And militarily, this is the correct choice to make.
Destiny Ascension, you are all clear. Repeat, you are all clear.
The Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on Sovereign.
But now for the one and only boss fight in the game. I love how Grex is just clonk. Yeah, we're pretty sure he's dead.
He's dead.
Assuming direct control. That is just how many implants he had. Think about that.
I am sovereign, and this station is mine.
Damn it. Damn it. Gotta finish him off with the sniper rifle. It's tradition. He got right on my face. What we have here is a classic example of how the Reapers are actually not invincible, believe it or not.
Sovereign's too strong! We have to pull back!
Nope.
Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
You heard the man. Really? Must adhere to tradition! Although I don't remember it being this hard to hit this jackass. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get rid of his shields real quick. The sniper rifle just does not do anything against shields. Dum-dum-dum. There we go. In case you're wondering, the first time I ever killed this guy, I did it with the sniper rifle. I was actually really frustrated with the fight. Because, Ecklet, the point here is that what Sovereign is doing is being exactly what the Reapers are. Arrogant. Controlling the Citadel to send out the Sting, controlling Saren, fighting the fleet. Sovereign was doing all of these things all at the same time. Overextending itself because it believed it could, because it believed it was invincible.
Its shields are down. Now's our chance.
And doing so managed to overload its ability to function, and it lost its shields. And as I mentioned, the Reaper's greatest strength are their Mass Effect barriers. No shields, no Reapers.
Hard on my flank! We're going in!
Right through. This was an excellent scene, by the way. Bit of a cop-out, but a lot of people didn't actually know there was going to be a Mass Effect 2, so... A lot of people, when they saw that, were just like... Because we actually thought that was going to be it. That was the end. And then, of course, it's kind of a cop-out, but whatever. First time I saw that, that was a whole crap moment. And a good one.
Anderson, we found them. They're in here.
Shepard.
Take it easy.
Yeah, it would have banned it.
You're safe now.
I actually kind of would have liked that ending, to be honest with you. And I mean that sincerely. If that had actually been the ending, that would have been amazing. But no, we lived. Exactly, Luxia. Keith David was just like, Shepard, get up.
Commander Shepard. We have gathered here to recognize the enormous contributions of the Alliance forces in the war against Sovereign.
Against the Reapers.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
There is no greater sacrifice, and we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. You saved not just our lives, but the lives of billions from Sovereign and the Reapers.
Commander Shepard, your heroic and selfless actions serve as a symbol of everything humanity and the Alliance stand for.
And though we cannot bring back those valiant soldiers who gave their lives to save ours, we can honor their memories through our actions.
Humanity has shown it is ready to stand as a defender and protector of the galaxy. You have proved you are worthy to join our ranks and serve beside us on the Citadel Council.
Counselor, on behalf of humanity and the Alliance, we thank you for this prestigious honor and humbly accept.
We will need a list of potential candidates to fill humanity's seat on the Council.
Given all that has happened, I am sure your recommendation will carry a great deal of weight, Commander. Do you support any particular candidate?
Oh, gosh. Let me think about this for a...
We need someone with the courage to stand up for what he believes in. Someone like Captain Anderson.
Him? You must be joking. Anderson prefers to let his fists do the talking.
Only with you, Ambassador.
Only with you.
Are you sure about this, Commander? The captain's a soldier, not a politician.
We've already got too many politicians on the Citadel. The captain would be perfect for this job.
I think it's an inspired choice. The Council would welcome him with open arms, should he accept.
I'm honored, Counselor. As humanity's representative, I'll do everything in my power to help the Council rebuild.
Sovereign's defeat marks the beginning of a new era for both
an
humanity
era of fear.
and the Council.
Sovereign was only a vanguard. The Reaper fleet is still coming. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands. And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
And now I'm going to leave dramatically. Oh, right. I have to go.
Shepard's right.
Or I should say, I should go.
Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
Shepard? Shepard, you're entering the atmosphere. Shepard! So... that would have been hilarious, Casual. I should go. So the end, if you didn't catch that. Hey, Casey Hudson. Alright. While we're going through the ending, I want to talk about something. Shoutouts to Drew. Pretty good writer, all things considered. Probably done some of the best writing I've seen at Bioware. Whoa, whoa. No, no music. No music. That's not allowed. But with regards to Mass Effect 2, someone mentioned earlier that it would have made much more sense if Shepard's death at the end of Mass Effect 1 was what led to the Cerberus thing in Mass Effect 2. Would it surprise you to know that was the original plan? The problem was executive meddling in two different ways. Number one, Mass Effect 1 was not allowed to end. Basically, they had to. Do I not have it? I guess that's the save anyway, do I? This one right here. Mass Effect 1, the various people there, the executives basically refused, the publishers refused to allow Mass Effect 1 to end basically on a downer note like that, because it was believed, correctly or not, that it would be damaging to the franchise, that it would limit the ability to do a sequel, because then most people would expect a sequel to be, you know, about the new crew or staff or whatever. And so it was forced to be changed. But the problem was the Cerberus rebuilding storyline was so hardwired into the story as a way to jumpstart Mass Effect 2 and explain away several things, both from a gameplay and a lore perspective, that then they just kind of killed Shepard off again. Now, that being said, I do think Mass Effect 2's death scene is an amazing scene. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people disagree with me with that. I think it was incredible, and for two massively huge reasons, which we'll go over when I start playing Mass Effect 2. For now, I'm going to take a bit of a break, get some food, get some liquid. I need to start the stream over anyways to signify that I'm playing Mass Effect 2. I'll see you guys in a bit.